information I shall give you now before I go filming elsewhere. The parish is named after a 6th century saint, Gulval, the original form of which was probably Walvella or Walvella. Baring-Gold thought this was Wilgitha, the sister of Saint Juthwara, and of course others have given their opinion on the name. During the Iron Age, there was much activity in the area, and a few miles from Gulval, beyond the hamlet of Badger's Cross, are the remains of the Shisorster settlement. The site shows the remnants of 9 courtyard houses of a type only found on the Land's End Peninsula and Isles of Scilly, and was inhabited from the 1st century BC for the following 400 years. The historic Celtic site is now under the protection of English heritage. 2 inscribed stones attest to continued occupation in the early medieval period. The first is a memorial to Quentucius, son of Dinvus, and has been dated as carved sometime between 5th and 8th centuries. It stands near one end of a footbridge in Bolowena bottom. The second is a cross shaft lacking base or crosshead with a now legible inscription. It was found in the wall of the church in 1885 and now stands in the churchyard, which I shall show you in a minute. There's a Cornish cross at Rosemorran. On the front of the head is a crude crucifix figure, and on the back is a cross of unusual shape. The only similar one is at Leland. In ancient times, Gulval was known as Lenisery, derived from Lan, a church, and Ishe, low church. According to Charles Henderson, quoted by Doble, 1960, this is a corruption of Leniscally and a Latinized version of this. The Lambical is mentioned in the Domesday Book. The current church building is predominantly 12th century with subsequent additions. Most notable of these are the tower, built in 1440 and containing 8 bells, and a large stone niche gate that was added in 1897 to celebrate Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee. The churchyard was extended on the southern side in 1882 and a lynch gate erected opposite Posses Lane. The land was gifted by the Lords of Lenesley Manor. The graveyard is home to the remains of local pirate and smuggler John I. Browse Thomas, died 16th of December 1753 of Marazion, as well as to William Wingfield, MP, no relation to the vicar of same name of Gulval. One of the vicars of Gulval, the Reverend William W. Wingfield, was vicar for a remarkable 72 years, from 1839 until his death in 1912. In 1873, during Wingfield's tenure, the churchyard was extended on the northern side and a row of elm planted. The churchyard was extended on the southern side in 1882 and a lynch gate erected opposite Posses Lane. The land was gifted by the Lords of Lenesley Manor. There is an ornamented Cornish cross shaft in the churchyard. It was found in 1885, built into the chancel wall and re-erected in the churchyard. We now proceed to various parts of the churchyard, around the church, and look at some graves. We moved now to the grave of the pirate, just up there, up amongst the flagstones. I don't know too much about it. It's just as what I was mentioned in the information I put on. John Thomas of Marazion, who left this life to a better one, for a better one. Sunday, the 16th day of December 1755. And 62nd year of his age, age 62. You can see up here, further on, is a family grave, vaults, and many of them of the Belitho family, which this church was their family church. It's quite overgrown here. I'll do the best I can. This is all, there's a few crosses here, a bit overgrown, but can't even remember the names now. Simon Belitho. There's a lot of names. Anyway, there's a Belitho family. Belitho families down here, all overgrown. I suspect the vicar wants somebody to have pity on the churchyard, because there's no caretaker now to keep up the graveyard. He's rubbing his hands for volunteers. Just a half a mile away, there's a place called Shinedare, which there's a trough there that was dedicated to one of the Belithos, a 5-year-old. And that's something I meant to have mentioned in my just now with the write up there. And yeah, it was interesting churchyard. Nice overhanging tree there, is overgrown. We go now visit Reverend Wingfield's grave. 72 years he was vicar here. Don't know if anybody can beat that these days. There's getting very few vicars around. You go up this way. We meet a few graves on the way. Loving memory of Emma Elizabeth, the dearly beloved and only daughter of George Woodburn and Elizabeth Lancaster, his wife, who died at Marazion, May 11th, 1881, aged 22 years. So you don't know when the old must die and the young do. There's another memory of John Yearn, who died at the who died at Trescowan, 6th of January 1862, aged 75 years. Let me die. I'm trying to read that. Isn't that right, Robert? Let me die something of the light on it. Anyway, here we go again. Sorry for the camera to be shaky, but it's walking. It does it. There's one there. John Ockle, O-C-L-E, born 14th something, I know it was 1893, no, it was, died at Portleven, July the 12th, 1881. Don't know what year he was born there, is it? And he was 93, so it must be 1793. Anyhow, we must go on. As I'm doing these videos now, I'm on YouTube, just check me out. Out and About, it's called Out and About on YouTube. Because his graves are overgrown now, I suppose. Let's pause this a minute. Well, I found his grave. I'd done a bit of tidying up here on his headstone, or flat stone, if you like to. William Rothersie Wingfield, vicar of this parish, January 1839 to November 19. Let's get it straight now. 1912. Died November 16th, 1912. Age 97. 72 years. He was vicar here. As I said, nobody can beat that today, I don't think. Anyways, we'll move on. As you can see, as I said, it's all overgrown here. Nobody's, it's a long time since someone's looked after it. So I'll go over now to show you the graves of two well-known doctors from the 1930s. Here we are, two popular doctors of the 1930s. Well, actually, before then, after reading the information here, Hugh Mayer Montgomery, MD, born July 21st, 1864, died 1908. So he was there. I've seen in either one or both of them in reports in the old Cornishman. Well, one report, I believe, I don't quote me, but it was a drowning in 1911. I better not go say anything anymore. I may be wrong. And his son, James Barclay Montgomery, MD, FRCP, born July 8th, 29, died Christmas Day 1912. Well, he's I think that's his father. That's Hugh's father. And Hugh, Mayor Montgomery. Strange that the surname spelt two different ways. No, that's worth a lot of money. That's the only mistake is on it. Anyway, they were two popular, well-known, doctors. They always came for after a tragedy, either on a beach or drowning or something like that. Anyway, that's that. We'll go now and look at this outside the church wall here. Before we go there, here's Eliza Jane Hall of Lady Downs, a Bal maiden who died at Ding Dong Mine, 8th of July 1873, aged 17 years. Yes, it's freshly put up. This somebody do research and find somebody and organize a fund for headstone funding. We go on another bit of tour now. Show you what I explained in that information there that was found in the wall in the church. And now it's laying up against the church wall here outside. I'll get a piece of paper a minute and read out a bit of information. There's a cross shaft, lacking base, or crosshead, illegible inscription found in a wall in a church, 1885. I think that's what it was referring to. We have a look at this inscription here regarding the tower. AD 1913, the clock in this tower and the two treble bells added to the peal of 6 dedicated on December 6, 1889 in commemoration of the completion of the 50th year of his incumbency were given by parishioners and other friends in loving memory of William Wriothesley Wingfield, vicar of this parish, AD 1839-1912. Down here is a recent one, 1980. The cost of restoring the clock was met by public subscription in memory of late Canon C.H.S. Buckley, M.A., vicar of Gulval, 1932 to 1960. I just found a grave, an old grave, which I think the surname rings a bell with Gulval. It may be that there's a cottage just to the left of me that may have this family is in it, residence. Beneath in a walled grave lies the mortal remains of Elizabeth Corrin, the daughter of Jacob Corrin, of Gulval, who died in January, I can't remember the date, the sun's on it, 1854, age 20 years. Near this lies the mortal remains of her sister, Charlotte, age 2 years, also of her brother, James, age 4 months. Excuse the focusing of the camera. I don't know if that Corin used to live in that cottage, which I will show you is not there no more, but I know the family, Ellis family, used to live there. The old photographs of the cottage. Just found another Corin. Sacred to the memory of Richard Corin, eldest son of John and I can't read anyway. Can't remember. No, can't read that. Obviously, they're John and whoever Corin is. Age 25 years. Along here used to be the mortuary where they keep all the dead bodies before their funeral. Behind this bush. What it says here, mortuary erected by R.F. Belitho, 1905. That's right, 1905. Oh, bit of focus here. Mortuary erected by R.F. Belitho, 1905. He had a lot of houses built for his workers. Of course, the Belitho family was a great, large family, and they sort of recognize mostly of Gulval is built by them, or no, well, not built, but I don't know. Another story. Here's a vault. I don't know what the family is called, but there's a lovely churchyard, but as I say, it's all overgrown, and of course the church, the vicar wants somebody to have pity on the church and come and, I don't know if anybody would do that these days. Free labor. Appreciation is getting thinned out these days. I want to show you now a former headmaster of Humphrey Davy County School. I'll just brush the leaves off here a minute. Gilbert Leslie Bradley, who died 1964, age 86 years. He was headmaster of Penzance County School from 1910 to 1942. 32 years. They used to call him Boss Bradley, the students. I got a few photographs of off the, not real photos, but photographs off the internet, the old Facebook sites of him with his cloak. Of course, times have changed now. Anyway, I'll go and show you the spot where the old cottage was, and maybe in another video I will show you the film the photograph of the cottage and turn it into a separate video. The sound of the church bells. I come over here now and show you the lower cemetery. Show you the war memorial. Nice day for it too. Not the war, just show you the war memorial. These men of Gulval, whose names are here inscribed, gave their lives for freedom and honour in the Great European War, 1914-18 War. Robert Curnow Noble, William Torquil MacLeod Belitho, John Dennis Hugh Madrell. There used to be a vicar here at some point called Madrell. I wonder if he's relation. John Hoskin, Christopher, Edgar, Edwin and Ellery, Edward Gordon Noy, Thomas Stanley Noy, obviously brothers, Richard Garfield, Phoebe, John Mitchell Wallace, Ernest Osborne, David Beard, James Thomas Hall, Brian Wilmot Lestrange Malone, Joseph Cuthbert Herworth, William Gordon Noble, Alernon, Walter Hatch, Charles Gordon Yearn, Alfred Henry Nichols. Their name liveth forevermore. So there you have it. I must take you to the spot of the cottage. There's the church amongst the trees. Can't show you all the graves today. I'll have another video. It'll take too long to download. I've got nearly 30 minutes now in the can. Here's the spot with all the greenery there. Used to be a cottage, an old cottage. Where I believe the Ellis family lived, and another time a Corn family lived, but that's to be confirmed. In another video. Anyway, thank you for watching out and about. See you next time.